Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Kylie here. Perhaps you're back for another tutorial. Maybe you've been to my channel before. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. So today I am going to be taking you guys through a tutorial for one of my favorite inversions, one of my favorite more advanced floorwork tricks, which is called an elbow cartwheel. There may be other names for this movement. I don't know, but this is just what I call it. So let's get to it. In terms of building blocks for setting up and building up to this movement, simply getting onto your elbows, pressing your hips up in the air and dropping your head to get into that feeling of being upside down, putting pressure into that elbow. You might want to consider wearing elbow pads because there is a little bit of impact when that elbow first drops to the floor. I'm going to put my right knee on the floor and my left knee stepping forward. The next thing that hits the floor is my left hand, followed by my right hand, followed by my right elbow, and then the next thing that connects with the floor is actually going to be my right foot. As you go up and over, you're going to be kicking your right foot if you're going in this direction and landing on your right foot. The next thing you want to think about is when you're putting your actual elbow arm to the floor, you want to turn those fingertips actually back towards your toes. So you don't want to go down with straight fingers. You want to turn the fingertips toward the toes. So from here, I lift my hips, and at that same time, it is a scary moment, so just be ready for that and know that it's going to take a moment for your body to acclimatize to being upside down and being a little bit unsure of where you are in space. As soon as the hips go up, the elbow reaches for the floor, we invert, hips go overhead, and then that foot will find the floor. So let's try one together. So I'm going to transfer my weight into my foot, hand, elbow, and over we go. Something to consider when you're doing this movement is that it's not a straightforward movement. There's a lot of spiraling happening. So as I'm turning my fingers towards my foot, notice what happens with my shoulders. My right shoulder is now twisted in opposition with my left hip. And as I go over top, that spiral stays in place. So we don't want to think of going straight forward. We want to think of, with our eyeballs, as we go upside down, looking underneath at that left hip. So now we're actually spiraling the spine in space. The other thing that you can think of is the pathway of your kicking leg. So it doesn't necessarily go straight up in a perfectly flat arch. It kind of curves into the front space a little bit, and I think of the outside edge of my foot curving up across the space. As you're landing on that kicking foot, just consider that it's similar to landing a jump. So consider the fact that when we're landing jumps on our feet, we don't land on a flat foot. We actually go through the toes, through the metatarsals, and to the heel. So there has to be a little bit of that weight disbursement to ensure that your landing isn't super heavy. Consider the fact also that your body is learning each time you do it how far away the floor is from your foot. So your body will naturally start to put on the brakes when it realizes your foot is getting closer to the floor, and therefore your landings will become more and more smooth as you go. Last tip for you today is in terms of the foot that's not kicking and landing, the second leg, it's actually reaching a little bit in opposition. It's reaching away from the direction of the cartwheel to create a little bit of a counter balance. Yeah, this movement took me a while to get comfortable with. It's not super natural, so practice it, take a video of yourself, watch yourself back to try to see where you're going wrong. That visual feedback can be really helpful. And then just keep with it. As I said before, your body sort of naturally calibrates and learns the movement as you go. All right, gang, thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully you learned some helpful tips and you're on your way to mastering this movement. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments below. It would mean the world to me if you would hit that subscribe button and toss a like on the video, share it with a friend if you enjoyed it today. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.